we decided we wanted a pool.
We have target dates that we shoot for on pools, and there's a lot of things that affect that.
Because our kids are asking, well, why don't we have a pool? And they're young, they don't understand.
And I've got a large number of customers that are extremely happy. I've got a few that are not.
Does this look like $62,000 well spent? At least a half dozen Utah homes where there's supposed to be swimming pools, one contractor has left holes like this. The owners say he isn't finishing the projects. When we talked to the contractor, he blamed factors beyond his control. But he also told us some things we have documented as being not true. I'm Fox 13 investigative reporter Nate Carlisle. As for the name of the contractor, listen to what he told us.
Kids are only young one time, and we wanted to make it a fun backyard for them.
Meet Shane and Mandy Bertinoli in Far West. An acquaintance referred them to
Rob Riley, Triton Pool and Spa.
He came to our home and we met with him several times and we really liked him. We felt like that he was an honest person. Signed a contract in April of 22, $80,000 for completely finished pool.
Records provided by the family show they've paid Riley $62,000 so far.
It's still going to be about $30,000 to $45,000 more to finish.
A year after construction started, this is all the Bertinolis have: a hole with some electrical cables, plaster, and concrete around the edges. Many pool contractors advertise first swims in 8 to 12 weeks.
Stuff was getting done, and then we'd stop for 2-3 weeks. I'll be here next week, and doesn't show up.
The Bertinolis are wanting money back. They aren't the only Utah families complaining.
We initially wanted a bench going across with a set of stairs coming here, and what we got.
2 pending lawsuits and a complaint filed with the state against Riley and Triton Pools accuses them of not finishing jobs they were paid and constructed for. Triton also does business as Coliseo. In one suit, the judge issued this default order against Riley's company. The court must still determine damages.
No, there's no default judgments.
You've never gotten a default judgment in Utah courts?
Not that we have been notified of or anything.
Court records show Riley was served the lawsuit and, when his company didn't file an appropriate response, a notice it would be found in default.
People change everything, but usually...
Then there's this home in Layton where we met Riley. The dirt hole is sat so long, grass and weeds have grown where the pool floor is supposed to sit. But it's not just the work that hasn't been done. Are all your pools getting inspected by the necessary municipalities?
Yeah, I believe on this one we missed one on the decking inspection.
He's missed more than that at other sites. Riley's one citation from the Utah Division of Professional Licensing fined his company $800 for failing to obtain inspections on a pool he was constructing in Harriman. The building inspectors in both Layton and Far West told Fox 13 via email that Riley has not gotten the necessary inspections in those cities either. That leaves the possibility of a construction error and that projects will have to be dug up and effectively start over if it's determined the work was not up to code. In 6 projects described in lawsuits, citations, or interviews Fox 13 conducted with homeowners, Riley is accused of digging a hole, installing some utilities, plaster, or concrete, and then not returning for weeks or months, if ever. They seem to have trouble getting in contact with you.
No, I always return calls or texts.
The homeowners are left with holes they can't use, and when they ask for bids from new pool contractors who could finish the jobs, they receive estimates for tens of thousands of more dollars than what they budgeted with Riley. And the products you have, the 5 or 6, are they all on schedule?
They're pretty close, somewhere behind.
How behind are we talking?
Just a couple of weeks.
Riley contends delays are a result of the snowy winter, supply chain and labor shortages, and also because customers want to make changes mid-project. No one's shown me any such documentation that they've agreed to substantial changes that are going to impact the timeline. I mean, where is that? You're saying there's documentation on this. Where is it?
Yeah, I'd be happy to provide that for you.
He has not provided any documentation of customers asking for substantial changes. The Bertinolis are not one of the families suing Riley. Riley, though, says there's been another problem with them.
And then, unfortunately, the homeowner assaulted me and punched me.
Riley filed a report with the Weber County Sheriff's Office, claiming on August 28th that Shane Bertinoli punched him. But the Sheriff's Office did not substantiate the claim, and Shane Bertinoli denies he assaulted anyone. He has not been charged or cited.
Well, I'm getting his attention. I'm like, hey, oh. I'm like, what?
Riley has not been charged with any crimes in Utah either, though the Bertanolis and other homeowners interviewed by Fox 13 have said the same regulator that cited Riley earlier has interviewed them too.
The sheriff's department, they said we can't guarantee your safety if you're there working, and we can't come and supervise. It would be best if you guys just parted ways, and that's what we did.
In text messages, the day after that punch was supposed to have been thrown, Riley agreed to refund $12,000 to the Bertanolis, but the couple says he only repaid them $8,000. Is it Rob R. Riley, Rob P. Riley?
Rob Riley.
Rob R. Riley is the name on his contractor's license, but minutes later... You said you're Robert R. Riley?
Robert P.
Robert P. Riley.
Yeah.
That's right. Now he's giving us a different middle initial. Did you ever get cited or charged criminally in Nevada?
No.
No? You were never charged with being an unlicensed contractor?
Nope. Licensed in Nevada 100%.
But Nevada court records show Robert P. Riley, that's the second name he gave us, was criminally charged in the middle of the 2000s with counts of submitting bids without a contractor's license and writing checks without sufficient funds. All charges were eventually dropped. Dockets indicate Riley missed court appearances and, after years had gone by, prosecutors decided to dismiss the cases when they got old. Other identifiers corroborate this Robert Riley is the same man once charged in Nevada. But you're planning to finish all these pools that you...
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Tell me again how much more work you think you have on this one?
We're about 90% done.
So how many weeks work do you think this is?
We'd be done within 2.
2 weeks later, this is what the pool in Layton looked like. Riley's crew pulled the weeds.
And build this up and build another shed and for pool equipment.
And in Far West,
So we're gonna have a diving board at that end.
the Bertanolis are trying to figure out what to do next.
Not only the money, but the way that it affects your attitude every day. It's like consumed our lives.
In Far West, Nate Carlisle, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Wow. Nate joins us now live in studio. Nate, what can people do to protect themselves from contractors?
Kelly, first and foremost, you need to verify the contractor has a contractor's license. The state of Utah has a pretty easy website where you can look up and verify that a contractor license exists. After that, the old-fashioned way, get some recommendations from friends, family. Be sure to look online, not just at online reviews, but just do a Google search for that contractor.
What if that comes too late, though, Nate? If somebody finds themselves in a situation where they're dealing with a contractor and work just isn't getting done?
Yes, and this can happen. You can do everything right and still find yourself in trouble. Again, if the contractor's licensed, that's why this is important. You then report to the state Division of Professional Licensing, and they can potentially investigate and see what's going on. Also, you may need to speak to an attorney to see what legal options you have. And then also, you can go online, you can make complaints, and if you really think fraud has occurred, if it's arisen to that, you can file a fraud report with your local police.
Valuable information I hope you never have to use.
Yes.
Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle joining us live in studio tonight. Nate, thanks so much.
Thank you, Kelly.